Hi, my name's Prue Salter and I specialise in study skills, basically finding ways to help students cope better with the demands of school. I want to talk a little bit today about transition. Now, a lot of students are dealing with moving from primary school to high school or moving from junior school to secondary school, and it can often be quite a big jump. It can be quite a big change in the expectations, in what students are used to, the demands of their teachers. So I want to give you some ideas today on things to do to help you cope with transition. And one of the first things is to ask lots of questions. Because everything's different, things are changing, if you don't understand something, it's essential you ask someone. And you know what? I would say there's probably other people out there saying, I'm so glad they asked that question, because other people will be thinking the same thing. So first thing to do is to make sure you ask lots of questions, whether it's from the teachers, from your friends, from anyone else who can help you. But don't just sit there if you don't understand something. Second thing you might want to think about is finding a buddy. Now, you don't have to go up to someone and say, will you be my buddy? But it's really about finding someone who can share the experience with you and where you can work together to make things easier for each other. So it might be if you don't understand something, you've automatically got someone you can talk to about it. So having someone who's in the same position as you, who's going through the same experiences that you can talk about, can be a really good idea. I also think it's important to consolidate what you're doing. So that means, for example, as everything changes, as you learn new things, because there's a lot of information coming in, it can sometimes be quite difficult to take it all in and to absorb it. So you need to consolidate what you're learning along the way. Now, this might simply be writing down a list of what you learnt that day or things you have to remember. It could even be processes or information that you found out. But what it means is somewhere you've gone over it again. So one way is writing a list, another way is talking about it to someone, explaining what you've experienced or talking about what you went through and the processes or the things you need to remember. And, sorry, Kitty wants to be in the recording here. It's basically all about making sure that you review what you did to make sure that it actually stays in your head. Thanks, Kitty. The other one I want to talk about is having a positive attitude, because I think the way that you approach any type of new learning is all about what you actually do and the attitude that you take. Because if you're positive about something, it means that your outlook is completely different. You're not just saying, being negative about things. So if things go wrong or things don't work out as well as they could, it means that you have a different take on it. So rather than saying, oh, I'm such an idiot, why did I do this? I should have locked the cat inside before I started. You can say, well, I've learned from that experience. I know what to do next time. So it's your perspective or your take on the world that's important. And the last one I want to mention was to make sure you aim for your personal best. And I think the importance of this is don't just compare yourself to other people all the time. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Just focus on yourself, your own improvement, and what you can do to achieve the best you can. And I think when you have that type of an attitude that I'm not competing against other people, I don't care what other people are doing, all I care about is what can I learn from the experience, how can I improve? I think that makes the world of difference in what you're doing. So I hope that's given you some ideas if you're facing transition. And it's not just people in primary school moving to high school, or it's people going from high school to university, people starting a new job. I think all of these things. So to summarise, because being study skills, I like to summarise. Number one is to ask questions. Number two is to find a buddy, someone to experience with. Number three is to consolidate the experiences and the learning. Number four is to have a positive attitude. And number five is to work towards your own personal best. So good luck with your transition.